Hello YouTubers, this is 777 Die Hard Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today I'll be doing a review on a Gemini Jets Air France Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide body aircraft in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from airlinemuseum.com and their website address is www.airlinemuseum.com. But first, before I go into the details about this particular aircraft model, allow me to share some information about the history of Air France and how they came about, if you would please. Air France is a French-based airline that was formed on October 7, 1933 from a series of mergers of Air Orient, Air Union Company, Generale, Aéropostale Compagnie Internationale de Navigation Aérienne, and Société Générale de Transport Aérien. Air France is currently the world's 21st oldest operating airline based on foundation date and is considered the national flag carrier airline for the country of France, as well as the country's largest operating airline based on fleet size as well as number of destinations served. Whereas the headquarters of Air France, along with its global hub and main base of operations, is located on the grounds of Paris's Charles de Gaulle Airport, which is located approximately 14 miles northeast of the city center section of Paris, France, in the Paris suburb of Tremblay in France. Air France also has another operating hub that's located on the grounds of Orly Airport, which is located approximately 8.1 miles south of Paris, France, in the Paris suburb of Orly. And the focus city hubs of Air France are located at Nice Airport, located in Nice, France, Marseille Airport, located in Marion, France, Lyon Airport, located in Colombier, Saint-U, France, Toulouse Blagnac Airport, located in Blagnac, France, and Bordeaux Marignac Airport, located in Marignac, France. As of December 2021, or at the time of this video review posting, Air France currently flies to 211 destinations in 93 countries across Europe, Africa, Asia, North America, South America, and Oceania, with an operating fleet of 216 aircraft, which includes 12 Airbus A350-900XWBs extra wide-body aircraft, including this one you're looking at here. And in addition to the 216 aircraft that currently operates in the Air France fleet, the French carrier also has unfulfilled orders for an additional 84 more aircraft, which includes 26 more Airbus A350-900XWBs extra wide-body aircraft, and those aircraft, as we speak, are currently on back order and are awaiting delivery. Also, as of December 2021, or at the time of this video review posting, Air France is one of 59 airlines in the world of aviation that currently operates as a certified 4-star airline carrier, according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine, and the Airbus destination code for Air France on this particular aircraft is 94X. Alright everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box here. You see the top, you see the Air France title as well as the little red stripe there. The computer generated picture of the aircraft type, as well as the scale model information you see at the front of the box. Alright, now you're looking at the back of the box, and what you see is the Air France title, billboard title, the red stripe, the aircraft type, the scale model information, as well as some more information concerning this particular aircraft model, as well as the history of it, as well as the specifications. You can pause and read all that information if you like, and there's plenty of information there. But in the meantime, I'm gonna keep this moving. Alright, now you're looking at the top of the box, and what you see is the Air France billboard title, the red stripe, the computer generated picture of the aircraft type, along with the registration information you see at the top of the box. Alright, now you're looking at the top of the box, the same information at the top of the box, the bottom of the box, sorry about that. The same information at the top of the box I showed you earlier on. Now you're looking at the left side of the box with all the information on the left side of the box, as well as the right side of the box as well. Let's check that out. There it is. There you have it. Alright, now you're looking at the packaging that came inside of the box, and this is what you see here. This is the top of it, the foam part, so I'm going to go ahead and take that off and let you see what the model actually looks like. Alright, since I took the foam off the top part of the packaging, this is what it looks like. The actual aircraft model, the model stand, the gear replacement door featuring the two little toothpicks for these gear replacement doors for this aircraft model, as well as the gears inside there. Alright, Now I'm going to take all that out, and then we're going to get right on to this model review, all right? All right, with all that information out of the way about the history of Air France and how they came about and still operating strongly as we speak despite what's going on around us, plus all the details here at the front of the box, as well as the informative aircraft information at the back of the box, plus the packaging right there that featured the aircraft model, as well as the model stand and the gear replacement doors inside that plastic bag there. Please stay tuned as I go into details for the sole purpose of those gear replacement models in this particular model. And with no further ado, everyone, here is the actual aircraft model out of the packaging box. Let's check it out. All right, there it is, everyone. The Gemini Jets Air France Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide body aircraft in a 1/200 scale model. All right, allow me to share you some information about the Air France Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide body aircraft, how this particular aircraft became an actual game changer for Air France, okay? Air France became the 27th carrier in the world of aviation that acquired this prestigious state-of-the-art aircraft, as Air France took delivery of its first of 38 Airbus A350-900XWBs extra wide-body aircraft that Air France had placed orders for back on June 19, 2013, and received their very first Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide-body aircraft, which bears the registration ship number Foxtrot-Hotel Tango Yankee Alpha, which happened to be this aircraft you're looking at here, at a delivery ceremony that was held at the Airbus Delivery Center facility in Toulouse, France on September 18, 2019. Then made its actual debut nearly 3 weeks later on October 7, 2019, with its very first inaugural validation flight when it flew from Paris to Abidjan, Ivory Coast. Then was followed with another validation flight between Paris and Bamako, Mali shortly thereafter for flight certification purposes, which allowed the maintenance crews, the flight crews, as well as the ground staff personnel time to get familiar with the aircraft per se before the actual international flight launch. Then fast forward 3 weeks later, and that's when the first inaugurated international revenue service flight for Air France on this particular aircraft took place, which was on October 27, 2019. And that's when Air France officially began utilizing this aircraft on their Paris to Toronto route, replacing the Boeing 777-200ER that was previously employed on this particular route, as the French carrier's entire fleet of Airbus A350-900XWBs are currently based and operated out of the airline's main hub at Paris's Charles de Gaulle Airport. Air France has ordered a total of 38 Airbus A350-900XWBs to add to their fleet. And at the time of this video review posting, only 12 are currently operating in service, while the remaining 26 are currently on back order and are awaiting delivery, as this aircraft is destined to become one of the airline's official flagship jetliners for the Paris-based airline, as this aircraft has also become the aircraft that will eventually replace some of the French carrier's older Boeing 777-200ER sometime in the foreseeable future, as Air France expects all 38 of their Airbus A350-900XWBs to be fully operating in their fleet by the end of 2025. Now let's talk about the livery scheme you see on this aircraft. This is the current livery scheme of Air France, which is actually called the Euro White livery scheme in actuality, which comprises of a white fuselage with the blue Air France billboard title and design. The tail fin is also white as well, with a series of parallel blue and red lines across the tail fin at an angle that features a small European flag that's displayed on the top of the tail fin, as this livery has been in use since the 1970s. However, on January 7, 2009, to coincide with Air France's new logo, a new livery scheme was unveiled, and shortly thereafter, Air France unveiled their new livery scheme on February 11, 2009. And the only difference between this livery scheme and the previous livery scheme is number one, the livery scheme on the tail fin was slightly changed, as this livery scheme now has 3 blue stripes on the tail fin versus the previous livery scheme which had 4 blue stripes on the tail fin. And number two, the Air France title font was slightly changed as well, as the title font is slightly thinner, featuring a red stripe in front of the Air France billboard title, while everything else about the Euro White livery scheme remains pretty much intact. So, with all that information out of the way about this aircraft as well as the livery, with no further ado, everyone, let's get down to the nitty-gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this aircraft model, shall we? Let us begin. Let's check it out. All right, Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side. We're going to start at the front of the aircraft where you see the front nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear door featuring the partial registration ship number on that nose gear door, Yankee Alpha. You see the pitot tubes and the static ports, what have you, the radome nose cone. There's more pitot tubes, and then there's the cockpit windows and the windshield wipers. Please stay tuned. I'm going to give you a better visual view of those details later on in the model review. But then right up here, and then you see the Air France billboard title right there with the red stripe right there, as I mentioned earlier. But right between the L1 door and the cockpit windows, and on the right side of the L1 door is the SkyTeam logo, which is this logo right here, and then right there as well. And Air France became a member of the SkyTeam Alliance along with Aero Mexico, Delta, and Korean Air as one of the 4 founding members on June 22, 2000, which consists of 19 airline members from 5 inhabited continents. And then you see the Air France KLM decal, which is this right down here, all right? And Air France merged with KLM Royal Dutch Airlines on May 5, 2004 and formed the Air France KLM Alliance, which is incorporated under French law, which its headquarters is actually located in Paris, France. However, despite the merger between the two carriers, KLM and Air France still continue to fly under their distinct brand name and identity. And then that's the actual name of the aircraft, Toulouse, which is not displayed on this model, but is actually displayed on the real actual aircraft. It will be displayed about right in there, or here or there. And even though Air France doesn't tend to put names on its aircraft in general, the French-based carrier has decided to christen their very first Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide-body aircraft by giving it the baptismal name of Toulouse, as Toulouse happens to be the historical southern French city that's located approximately 420 miles south of the country's capital city of Paris, France, and one of the focus city hubs of Air France as well, as the headquarters of the aerospace giant Airbus is also located in the southern historical French city, as the entire Air France fleet of Airbus A350s will be named exclusively in honor of some major French cities from around the globe. All right. Now you're looking at the lower center of the aircraft here on the port side still, and behind the engines is the actual outer bogey gears here. It features the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear door. But more important, these big massive engines you're looking at here, featuring the engine cones right there. And these are the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB 84 turbofan type engines that are used on this particular Air France Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide body jetliner aircraft. Now we're going to turn this aircraft model around, and I'm going to let you see the front of the engines, and we're going to find out if they actually do spin. Let's check that part out. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the engines on this side of the aircraft, featuring the air strikes as well as the air deflectors there. And now we're going to see if the turbofan blades actually spin. Let's check it out. Alright, this one spins. Perfect. And then you see the inboard land light, which is actually painted on there. The 3 little dots right there is actually painted on there. As well as the front visual view of these landing bogey gears. It includes the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. Alright, now you're looking at the engines here on the starboard side, featuring the engine strikes as well as the air deflectors here. And do they spin, the turbofan blades spin on here? Yes, they do. Perfect, perfect. And then you see the inboard landing lights right there on this side of the aircraft, as well as the front visual view of these landing bogey gears here that features the landing gear struts, as well as the actual landing gear doors. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, which is here. The windshield wipers, and there's more pitot tubes right below the windshield wipers and the cockpit windows, and right above the radome nose cone, which is this right here. The nose gear doors, the landing gear lights inside of the nose gear doors, the nose gear struts, as well as the front visual view of the actual nose gears. Okay. All right. We're still on the port side of the aircraft. What you're looking at, we're still on the engine, is the actual Group Air France logo displayed on the engine column, which is this nice looking logo right here. And upon its formation in 1933, Air France adopted the seashore logo as its predecessor, Air Orient, which is known by another name as the Epo Campanelli as its insignia. However, after the 2009 livery change makeover, this logo was reallocated and eventually repainted on their engines, as this logo can also be visually seen inside of the blended winglet wingtip device as well. I'm going to show you that right now. Let's check that out. All right, now you're looking at the Group Air France seesaw logo that's on this painted blended winglet you see right there, as well as on the other side of the winglet as well. I'm gonna show you that now as well. Let's check that out. All right, now you're looking at the Group Air France seashore logo here on this side of the aircraft there as well. Very impressive. All right, now you're looking at the blue painted winglet wingtip device you see right here. And these blended winglets were made from composite materials, and the sole purpose of these blended winglets is to improve the overall efficiency of the aircraft, resulting in saving fuel, lowering noise emissions, and improving takeoff performance at the same time. These blended winglets has a 31.9 degree sweep angle, helping to increase cruise speed to Mach 0.85 and a maximum operating speed to Mach 0.89. The blended winglets for the Airbus A350 aircraft were produced at the Airbus Broughton factory, known as a specialist facility that's located in Hawarton, Flintshire, Wales, which lies near the border of England and Wales. And then you see the inboard landing lights right here, the red navigation light here on the edge of the winglet right there. Now I'm gonna show you the front visual view of this blended wingtip device. Let's check that out. There it is, the front visual view of the blended wingtip device at a 31.9 degree sweep angle. You see it curved there. All right. All right, we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and what you see, that little door right there, that actual door is actually called the Aft Bulk Bin Door. That's where you load the excess baggage, little baggage that's left, they load it in that door. And then you see the Airbus A350-900 decal sit there underneath the windows right there. Air France became the third airline based out of France to operate the Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide-body jetliner aircraft into their fleet. And at the time of this video review posting, Air France is one of 7 European carriers, along with Finnair, Lufthansa, Air Caribes, French Bee, Iberia, and SAS Scandinavian airline system that currently operate this particular aircraft in their fleets as well. All right. We still at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, and right above the economy class window is the actual registration ship number, Foxtrot-Hotel Tango Yankee Alpha, which is this registration ship number right there. Registration ship number Foxtrot-Hotel Tango Yankee Alpha. This particular aircraft is the very first of 38 Airbus A350-900XWBs extra wide-body jetliner aircraft that actually entered the Air France fleet. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on August 27, 2019 and was delivered to Air France on September 18, 2019. All right, we're at the back of the aircraft here, and what you're looking at is the tail fin of the aircraft, which displays the Air France logo. That's actually displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft, which is this logo right here. That's a second logo. And this particular logo resembles that of the country's national flag of France, where Air France currently operates from as the country's national flag carrier airline. And then you see the European flag decal, which is right there, right inside that blue paint right there. And this particular flag decal represents the ideals of unity, solidarity, and harmony among the peoples of Europe. All right. Now you're looking at the back of the aircraft. What you're looking at is the APU, Auxiliary Power Unit exhaust hole, and there is a hole here. Let's check that out. And right below the APU exhaust hole, there's a pair of strobe lights you see there, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Let's check it out. There it is. There you have it. The Air France Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide-body aircraft from the rear view angle. All right, now you're looking at the front of this aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the front nose gears, the nose gear struts, the nose gear door featuring the partial registration ship number on that nose gear door, Yankee Alpha. See the pitot tubes and the static ports, what have you. There's more pitot tubes right there. The radon nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, the Air France/KLM group title, the SkyTeam logo, and then there's the SkyTeam logo right there by the R1 door. And then there's the front cargo container loading door right here, and then the Air France billboard title, and then that's the red stripe right there, as well as the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB 84 turbofan type engine you see displayed here, as well as the Group Air France / Seashore logo you see displayed on the engine column, as well as the inboard land light you see on the edge of this wing you see here. Alright, now you're looking at the outer bogie gears here on this side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts, as well as the landing gear door, as well as the blue painted blended winglet wingtip devices on this side of the aircraft, featuring the green navigation light that sits here on the edge of the wing by the wingtip device. Alright, now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the rear cargo container loading door right here. You see the Airbus A350-900 decal, the registration ship number, as well as the Air France logo that resembles that of the country's national flag, as well as the European flag decal displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft you see there. Okay, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, allow me to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears on this aircraft model. So let's check this part out. Okay, rolls pretty good. So far, so good. The gears tilt, as you can see there. And the front nose gears, it swivels a little bit. Yeah, swivels a little bit. You still got to be careful with them. They're very delicate. So, with that said, allow me to show you this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. Let's check it out. Alright, now you're looking at this aircraft model from the aerial bird's eye view. We're going to start at the front of the aircraft, where you see the radome nose cone, the Peter tubes, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows, and then above the cockpit windows you see that little box right there that has the pilot escape hatch door. And then you slide up here, you see the anti-collision beacon light along with the Air France billboard titles on both sides, and a high frequency antenna there, the ADF antennas right there, another high frequency antenna, and that big old antenna right there, that's called the satellite communications antenna right there. And then there's another high frequency antenna, and then there's the vertical stabilizer known as the tail fin, and then you see the horizontal stabilizer featured little dots right there, as well as right there. Those little dots are actually called illuminator lights, and the sole purpose of these illuminator lights is that it actually light up this tail here when it flies during nighttime. Okay, now let's check out the wings and the engines. All right, no wing walkway, but you got the engines right there, and then you got the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. There's the warning information there, fuel dump valve, as well as the blended winglet wingtip device that features the Group Air France Seashore logo displayed there. Now let's check out over here. Oh, you also see the Seashore logo on that side of the engine there as well. Now let's check out the engines right here, as well as the Seashore logo displayed on this side there as well, as you can see right there. And then you got the wings here, features the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you, the warning information, the fuel dump valve, as well as the blue painted winglet wingtip device that features the Air France Group logo on this side here as well. Alright, now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model, where you see the radome nose cone, the crew escape hatch door, the nose gear door, as well as the front nose gear you see there. Then we slide up this way, a high frequency antenna, see the hole where the stand goes in at, the anti-collision beacon light, the Gemini.This logo, another high frequency antenna you see there, pressure relief valve door right there, and then there's the APU housing doors right there, and the horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now let's check out the gears on this side. See the gears right there, they tilt. Yeah, they do, perfect. And then you see the engine there with the Air France / Seashore logo you see there, as well as the wings underneath, includes the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you, registration ship number, fuel dump valve, as well as the blue painted wingtip device. Now let's check out over here. Gears right there. And then you see the engines right there. You see the Group Air France / Seashore logo on this side, as well as over here as well. As well as the wings underneath. It features the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the blue painted wingtip device on this side as well. Alright, since I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model, now I'm going to put it on this nice little model stand I showed you earlier as part of the packaging. And you see that black padding right there, folks? The sole purpose of that black padding is not only to protect your model, it also prevents it from being damaged or scratched. So with no further ado, here is the model on the stand. Let's check it out. Okay, fine, got this model on the stand. You see it being displayed in the takeoff landing position. It's being viewed from the port side of the aircraft. Now you're looking at the aircraft model on the stand being viewed in the takeoff landing position. It's being viewed from the front view angle. Now you're looking at this aircraft model on the stand being displayed in the takeoff landing position. That's being viewed from the starboard side of the aircraft. And finally, you see in this model being displayed on the stand, being viewed in the takeoff landing position. That's being viewed from the tail cam angle. Okay, before I take this model to stand, I got it at this angle for a reason. And the reason is the magnetic gears that actually came with the model. So I'm going to take them off and let you see what I'm talking about. Let's start at the front nose gear here. You see that? That's magnetic. The outer bogey gears here on the port side, that's magnetic as well as the outer gear on the starboard side. That's magnetic. Alright, now since I got all these gears off this model, I'm gonna let you see this model at a different angle with the model on the stand being displayed in a gear up / in-flight position. Check it out. Alright, now you see this model on the stand being displayed in gears up / in-flight mode position. Now you got one or two options how you want to display your model. If you want to continue to display it like this in flight mode, gas / gears up position without the gears, that's fine. Now you see these gear replacement doors that I showed you earlier. This is the sole purpose of these gear replacement doors, so you can substitute your gears while you display your model like this in flight mode position. Or you can do what I suggest, because that adds more value to the model, in the gear down position with the gears on there. Gears up, gear down, your choice. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model to stand, and go ahead and wrap up this model review, alright? Alright, let's talk about the seating configuration. The Air France Airbus A350-900XWB extra wide-body jetliner aircraft seats 324 passengers in a 3-class configured cabin layout. Here is the breakdown, everyone, from rows 1 to 9, which will be from here to about right here. You have 34 business class live flatbed seats. Rows 10 to 12, which will be from here to about right here. You have 24 premium economy class seats in rows 16 to 45, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft, which had an additional 266 economy class seats, which brings a total of 324 seats. And finally, and in addition to Abidjan, Ivory Coast, Bamako, Mali, as the first validated test flight destination, as well as Toronto as the official inaugurated international flight destination for this particular aircraft, Air France currently employs this aircraft or have previously utilized this aircraft, the Airbus A350-900XWB, extra wide-body jetliner aircraft en route from its main operating base hub at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris, France, to worldwide destinations such as Atlanta, Georgia, Bangkok, Suvarnabhumi, Boston, Massachusetts, Cairo, Egypt, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, Lagos, Nigeria via Bamako, Mali, Mumbai, India, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Seoul, Incheon, and Washington, Delta. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting this model. A lot of dealers still have this model, which I'm surprised it's not sold out by now. But I still highly recommend this model because it's about to become popular in a minute. So get it while you can. Highly recommend it. So with that said, please take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.